Hello, my name is Josh Thompson. I'm in the Master of Learning Technologies program, and I also work as an academic advisor. This project connects directly to what I see in my day to day work with new students. For Project 2B, I'm presenting the design plan for my Advising Prep module, which is meant to prepare new students for their first academic advising appointment. The main goal is to help students feel more confident, show up prepared, and make the appointment more focused and useful and less stressful for the student. My background is in academic advising. I've been working in advising for 6 years now. I work with students every day, especially students who are new to college and scheduling their first advising appointment. Over time, I've noticed a repeating issue. Many students show up unsure of what advising is, what will happen during the meeting, or what they should do ahead of time. Because of that, a lot of appointment time is spent explaining basic information instead of doing the real planning for their college career. That's why I chose this project. The module is meant to give students clear steps before the appointment so they can come in ready with basic information and better questions to make sure that the appointment is overall successful for both the advisor and the student that's choosing their career path. The problem I'm addressing is a readiness gap in first time advising. Many new students arrive at their first advising appointment without basic preparation. That usually means they don't have any ideas on a major or a program, their program requirements, they don't have any course ideas ready, and they don't have any questions prepared. My target learners are new college students, including first time students, first generation students, and adult learners returning to college after a long break. Key learner traits include limited familiarity with college terminology and degree planning, anxiety or uncertainty about advising, and different levels of technology comfort. Many students also access information on their phones, so the module needs to be simple and mobile friendly. The learning context is online and self paced before the appointment. The transfer context is an advising appointment itself, where students use their notes, course ideas, programs, and major information, and questions to guide the conversation. For the content analysis, I use a procedural task analysis combined with an expert novice breakdown. I listed the actions a prepared student should complete before an advising appointment, then organized them into a simple sequence that mirrors the real advising workflow. The critical steps are first, understanding what advising is and what happens in a first appointment. Second, locating program requirements or degree information. Third, identifying at least 3 key requirements. Fourth, selecting 2 possible course ideas to discuss based on the program and the student's goals. Fifth, generating 3 specific questions to ask the advisor. And sixth, completing a readiness check-in so the student has a clear output to bring to the appointment. This breakdown works well because it keeps the module short and action-based, reduces overload by chunking tasks into small steps, and stays focused on what the student needs right away before they enter their advising appointment. The overall purpose or terminal objective is that by the end of the modules, learners can demonstrate readiness for their first advising appointment. That means they can locate program requirements, identify initial course options, and produce a set of options to guide the advising conversation. To support that purpose, I created 3 enabling objectives. First, learners locate program requirements and identify at least 3 key requirements by listing or highlighting them. Second, learners select 2 course options to discuss at the advising appointment and justify each choice in 1 or 2 sentences using program requirements or their personal goals. Third, learners can create 3 specific advising questions and submit a readiness check-in that includes the program information found and the course options and the questions. These objectives directly support solving the educational problem because they build the exact behavior students need to show up prepared and make the appointment more focused for them and the advisor. For the instructional design approach, I used a backward design approach within an ADDIE structure. I started with the end goal, which is to transfer performance in the advising appointment. Students need to do specific things in a real setting. So I designed objectives and activities that produce observable outputs that can bring into the meeting. Backward design fits because it keeps the project focused on what success looks like in the real world, not just what students read or watch. ADDIE also fits because it supports iterative process. I completed the analysis in 2A, built the blueprint, and then in Plan B, in the next phases, I will develop the materials and evaluate them. This approach is a good fit because learners need a short, practical experience that reduces stress and supports immediate transfer to the student. The module is organized into short segments that learners can complete in one sitting. It starts with an orientation that explains what advising is and what to expect. Then, students work through preparation steps, finding their program requirements, identifying key requirements, choosing 2 course ideas, and writing 3 questions for their advisor. The module ends with a checklist and check-in so students have a clear output to bring to the appointment. The sequencing strategy is simple to complex and mirrors the real advising workflow. The best is for new students because it matches what they actually need to do and reduces confusion. To avoid passive learning, the module uses short prompts like pause and do this now, so students actively complete tasks during the module. Practice happens naturally because students are doing the real steps. Feedback is provided through examples, self-check prompts, and checklist confirmation so learners can confirm that they are on track. Motivation is supported by keeping the module short, using supportive language, and breaking tasks into small wins, and continually connecting the work to what students care about, like feeling confident and just having a better overall advising appointment. So arose is that this project addresses a real need and it connects directly to my advising work. The goal is clear and practical. The module is designed to be simple and realistic for students to complete before their appointment. Another rose is that this design focuses on an output students can bring with them, which supports transfer. A thorn is participation and data collection. Since students are busy and may skip steps or rush through the module, another thorn is making sure the module works smoothly across devices, especially mobile. To deal with those challenges, I kept the segment short, used step-by-step guidance, and included a readiness check-in to capture whether students completed the key steps. Next, I will use learner responses and advisor feedback to refine the module and evaluate whether it improves student preparedness and the quality of advising appointments. Overall, we want the students to feel more confident, less overwhelmed, and prepared for their advising appointments with their advisors. Thank you.